Good morning. This is Michelle Thompson, your academic and legal coach, and I am here for my weekly writing tip. As you know, I worked as a lawyer, now I'm an academic and legal coach, and I've done lots and lots of writing, and I love to share with you what I've learned about the writing process and what makes it work for me and for other people with whom I've had contact. And so every Friday at 10 a.m., here I am giving you your writing tip. So if you're stuck with the writing project, go ahead, check out this particular video, and you can, if you click videos on my page, you can also find other videos that give you other kinds of tips. So, Happy New Year. I know that sounds completely crazy, but yes, Happy New Year. Why am I saying this to you? You must think it's really ill-timed. You must be wondering whether or not it's a good time, whether it was a good idea for me to take time off this week if I can't come up with something better than that. And I can appreciate that. It's not exactly the end of 2016 yet. But here we are in mid-August. And some folk are already back in school and actually are doing the new school year. Others of us will start in a couple of weeks, and some places like New York University will start right after Labor Day, right? So we actually have a crack at having a new year. Isn't that awesome? We get to take advantage of this. We as academics get to do this twice. We get to have a new year at the beginning of the calendar year, and we get to have a new year at the beginning of the academic year. So what are we going to do about this, right? How do we take advantage of this particular moment? So here's my question for you. What is it that you do about writing in December? When we get to holidays, it may be the kind of thing where you just stop for a bit, and I could understand that. And then you get to January 1st, and you set a whole slew of resolutions, right? This year I'm going to do this and that and the other thing, right? And, well, let me say this. I actually don't think we should set a bunch of resolutions at all, because most resolutions don't work. And if you wonder why, here we go. Resolutions are often promises without a plan. They're promises to yourself. That's good. We'll keep that part. But they don't have an accompanying plan. And here's the thing. I am encouraging us in this academic new year to make a promise with a plan. That's right, with a plan. So it's an opportunity to think about what kind of writing goals you actually want to accomplish in this new year, in this particular 2016 to 2017 academic year. What are you trying to accomplish? Once you actually set these goals about what you want to accomplish, right? And for some of you, it might be, I want to finish the book. For some of you, it might be, I want to get one article published. Whatever, it's up to you. Then you need to get out your academic school year calendar, and yes, you can now buy your academic calendars in bookstores all over the country, and mark out the days when your institution is off. I actually just did this yesterday. I looked at the CUNY calendar and I just said, okay, we're not going to have school on these dates, this date, this date, and this date. That might actually mean that you have writing days. If you're a parent, it actually might mean you're actually at home with your young one. I don't know. That totally depends on you, right? So you want to block off the days when you know you're off. You want to block off the days when you're actually not in your institution teaching. You also want to block off the days that you know you're going to take off, right? Maybe you know that you're going to take a trip to wherever, to do whatever, with whomever. And you want to block those off because you're probably not going to get any writing done, right? So you don't set yourself up for failure. Then you want to put your conferences on your calendars, because those actually help set up really, really juicy due dates for you that can help move you towards your goal, right? So you want to block your conferences off on your calendar as well. Then you want to put your regular meetings in your calendar. If you're a graduate student, those meetings might be meetings with the Director of Graduate Studies. You do want to go to those, actually. They're very helpful. Maybe they're regular meetings with your advisor, regular meetings with a mentor. I don't know what that is. If you're faculty, I mean, I do know what it is. I don't know what it is for you. Maybe your regular writing group, those are great to have. Your meetups, put them in there. If you're faculty, there will be department meetings, school-wide meetings, school-wide programs, any service that you're doing. You want to put that in your calendar. And then you also want to put in when you are teaching, right? What is your teaching schedule? You should know that, and then you know it. It's all there. You have what's known, right? And then, after you block that stuff off, if you want to make progress with your writing goals, because often people shut down during the academic year. After the summer, like, oh, I don't have time, I can't do it. But here's the thing. If you want to make progress on your goals, you're going to have to block off the time to write. You're going to have to take some time in the day to actually write, right? And you might only be blocking off as little as 15 minutes a day. That's fine, okay? You can start there and see how it feels. But here's the thing. If you don't block it off, you're not going to get there. Full stop. You can't just hope it happens. It's not going to happen. Block it off. Take the time. Make it happen. So that's a way in which you can go ahead and set your new resolutions, your goals for the new academic year, and make sure that they actually happen by the time you get to the end of that year. But maybe your problem isn't so much accomplishing what you plan to accomplish. Maybe it's like you don't like how it feels. Maybe you don't like how it feels every single time you sit down at your computer. Maybe you don't like how it feels when you get feedback from journals, etc. No one does, if it's not an acceptance. Just saying. Okay. But maybe there's a whole bunch of things that you're just kind of every time you sit down and write. And I call these internal kinds of impediments gremlins. I know there was the 80s movie called Gremlins, and they were really cute, and I kind of like them really cute because that way they're manageable as opposed to gargoyles. So maybe it's time, maybe this particular academic year you decide you're going to manage your gremlins, do the internal work you need to do to make your writing work. If you go to my website, michelledionThompson.com, and click on Academic and Legal Coaching, I have something for you. You can download a toolbox, a writing toolbox. And on that toolbox is setting up a plan, but it's also something else in the toolbox is ways to manage your gremlins so you can actually handle the internal challenges that you may have with writing. So go ahead and download that for yourself. And you can start to set the year up in a very different way so that you don't have those kinds of gremlins bugging you as you try to write. So, if you need more help with your writing, if you need actually more help in taking on the internal challenges that you might have with writing, go ahead, send me a direct message. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about how we can work together to do that. So, that's it for this week's writing tip. You have a happy new year. Enjoy it. Set real goals, attainable goals, and make sure you can figure out how to make it happen in your calendar. With that said, every week I provide resources for you, free resources for you online, and I would love for you to take advantage of them. You can join me on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. for #OneAcademicThing. One Academic Thing. It's a Twitter chat, so you have to go to Twitter. And there we talk about one thing that we want to change about our academic life. I am going to focus next week's on what you're going to do for the new year. So I would love to see you there. Tuesday, 11 a.m., Twitter. Make sure you enter One Academic Thing, #OneAcademicThing in your post so that you are included in the conversation. Otherwise, I will never see what you write. And if you also want some more support, I have the Tribe of Academic Warriors. I will include a link to that right below in the comment section a little later today. I would love to have you as part of that. Go ahead and check out the program, and if you have any questions about it, let me know. Have a great weekend. Enjoy next week. And if you take a little bit of time to plan, I think you'll ease back into the new school year just fine. Thanks.